You just finished a book that broke your soul. And there's no one to text. That's why I'm here. Where are you from? I am from the beautiful city of Copenhagen in Denmark. Scandi booktuber joined the chat. Ultimate comfort read. A page-turning thriller. Classic. What kind of content do you plan to create? I'm hoping to make fun content. I'm hoping to make stuff that's just relaxing and cozy and that you can put on in the background while doing grown-up responsibilities. Ew. Yeah. Do you write in your books or keep them pristine? I've become better at writing down notes in a separate notebook. Not because I don't want to trash my books, but I haven't formed that habit yet. But I am a huge highlighter though. And usually, my Kindle will take that abuse. So, it's fine. A book that recently disappointed you? My current read, for sure. This has been really hyped from many trusted booktubers. We used to live here. This book, I keep falling asleep to it. That's not what I want. I want to be spooked. Everyone says that they are scared. I'm still waiting for something to happen, and I'm over 50% through. Might surprise me at the end, who knows. What kind of books do you love reading the most? It's a mix between fantasy, thriller, and sprinkle in some romance. What book made you fall in love with reading? My earliest memory of loving a book, really flying through a book, was the Lizzie McGuire movie book. Yeah, the Lizzie McGuire book was the first book that really sucked me in. I read that in no time at all, and I didn't even think I liked reading. Do you have any reading goals or plans for a channel? Of course I do. So many fun things. We will dive into reading vlogs and all types of content that is bookish and cozy and fun. So whatever suggestions you guys have, I want to help out and make that happen. Who's your favorite author? I haven't found my ultimate favorite author of all time, and maybe you feel the same way. But I will give 2 honorable mentions. 1, Carissa Broadbent. The War of Lost Hearts, the trilogy, chef's kiss. Chef's freaking kiss. Nothing against Crowns of Nyaxia. That was cute, but it's nothing compared to The War of Lost Hearts. Another honorable mention, Melissa K. Roerich. She wrote the Legacy series, which is a really dark series. Check your trigger warnings. But perhaps this is why it surprised me, because it was so much deeper than that. And she just made me feel all the feels throughout that series. Are you the only reader in your life? My partner reads, but we don't vibe on genres. He's trying to shove sci-fi down my throat. And it's all cool and fun and dandy. I can do sci-fi, but not as heavily as he does. So yeah, I'm the happy black sheep of the family of my friend group. Ebooks, audiobooks, physical books. Ebooks, for sure. If I had my way, my Kindle would be stuck to my hand. I love that thing. Favorite tropes or ones you never get tired of? To be quite frank, I don't have any favorite tropes. I do, however, like when tropes support the plot and they serve the story. So, that is all I will say on that. A book that made you ugly cry. Okay, so I'm gonna mention the series again. The Legacy series, book 3, something Wrath and Vengeance. I was not okay. I was not okay. I do have a favorite character, and all I'll say is he's the MMC's brother. I'll just leave it there. What makes your channel you? What makes my channel me is more or less just my take on things, my spin on things, my perspectives, anything like that. I think that will make it me. Are you a mood reader or a planner? I do recognize that getting into this space, I will need to be a bit of a planner. But up until now, I am and have been a mood reader at my core. How do you decide what book to pick up next? I get a feel for the genre first, like what I'm in the mood for genre-wise. And from there, I'll go to Goodreads in my want to read list and just check out what's there. And hopefully something matches, sort of, the mood. What does your ideal reading setup look like? I can read a book anywhere and under most circumstances, and I'll be a happy camper. But if we were to luxuriate a little bit and be a little bit of a brat, I would love a fluffy blanket and, really important, a hot drink, like a coffee or tea, something I would definitely forget to drink. What kind of content are you most excited to make? Reading vlogs. I love the unraveling in real time. I love the raw emotions to share and ramble and rant, but I don't discriminate. I mean, anything goes really. As long as I get to talk about books, I'm happy, I'm content. And I would love every second of that. What are you most nervous about with this debut? Just that it doesn't feel fun anymore. That would really suck. Do you ever read multiple books at once or one at a time? I have dabbled in reading multiple books at a time. Usually it doesn't work out for me though, because I really love to binge my books. I try to do what I call continuous reading. I don't know if there's a term for it, formal term, but once I get up off my which I have to, like most people, I'll just put on some headphones and then continue reading the story through the audiobook, and that just makes every read go by super fast. And if I had to keep up multiple storylines doing that and from different formats, it might get a little messy. So for now, this works out completely fine. A book that you finished and immediately thought, I need to talk to someone about this. Off the top of my head, anytime that there's a unreliable narrator, my mind is blown, because I don't think I'm smart enough to notice any plot twist, really. Rarely I do. Do you think that audiobooks count as reading? Yes, full stop. Next question. The book that everyone tells you to read, but you refuse to touch. Game of Thrones, that is over 9,000 pages with a bunch of names that I cannot remember. I will not do it. I've watched the show. It's more than enough for me. Maybe if I did jump in and read it, I would be a huge fan, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Do you dog ear your pages, or are you a bookmark purist? I don't mind a good dog ear. Gives character, you know? However, usually I just find random objects around the house. An old sock, a receipt, a rubber band, anything. I'll use that as a bookmark. Let me know if that is cringe and I should make some bookmarks. I would love to do that. If you could design your dream bookshelf, what would it look like? I think for the stage I'm in life right now, this will suffice. But at a later stage, who knows? If I get to be so lucky, the bookcases would stretch all the way down to the floor, and I would have a rolling ladder so I could pretend that I was Bill. Don't we all dream of that? Do you match your reading to the season? To be quite honest, no. And I wish I could lie and tell you that I did. But I have this theory, and I might change my mind later on. But if a book is good, it will be good at any season. That's how I feel. If someone were to binge watch your channel a year from now, what would you hope that they would say about you? First of all, thank you for binging my channel. That is a feat in and of itself. Just that they had fun and that they were entertained. What more could you ask? What's the biggest misconception that non-readers have about people who read a lot? I'm no expert, but I think that non-readers, which I used to be one, so from that perspective, it would definitely be that reading is boring. And to that, I only have one thing to say. No, Jessica. Reading is anything but boring. This book just served more drama than your whole life combined. Yeah, reading is not boring. What's the book you are most scared to read in case it doesn't live up to the hype? Ooh, so many books, honestly. So many books. Top of mind, I think anything like Stephen King or someone really big in the publishing world. I would question myself, I think. Because if someone is that big, they are that big for a reason. And maybe it won't resonate with me, but I think I would question myself for sure. I think that's all for the bookish questions for today. If you stuck around all the way to the end, I think it would only be fitting that you post a sheep emoji in the comments, then we could just be a black sheep community together. Hit the subscribe button while you're at it and like the video. It would mean a lot. Until next chapter, babes.